Today we're at JAX 60 on a visit with Exp Jackson, and from Exp Jackson I have Rachel Buchanan, and from JAX 60 General Manager Josh Solomon. And Josh, when I walk into this place, it brings back old childhood memories, but what you guys have done with the place wants me to make new memories here. It's awesome.
That's exactly what we're here for. We're here to create memories for everybody. That's my goal, is that everybody leaves here and remembers this place in a different way, but in a good way. And with the families here in Jackson and the community being so strong, I want the community to have a place to gather and enjoy time and create those memories so that kids eventually will come in like you and come find me and go, hey, I remember back when. That's the whole goal.
And a lot has changed since Remember Back When. Talk a little bit about the place now, what you guys have done, and what you're planning to continue to do.
So the one thing we wanted to do was we wanted to bring fun back to Jackson. So we gave the place a facelift at first. New paint, new carpet, new masking units. The pictures on the masking units are amazing. I'm sure these guys got some rolls of that. But the goal was to brighten the place up. We needed new lighting, new scoring system, new TVs, some new advertising, and just some new things to create a better ambiance. That was first goal. Then what we did was we took care of the bowlers. Jackson has a huge bowling history, and we decided to take care of them. We put in new lane surface and new approaches, and then we decided we were going to move on to the arcade, and we brought in 35 brand new state-of-the-art arcade games and redid that area in there with a new embed card system. That's actually phase one of the new phase one. That we're starting here this summer is the arcade's going to be moving. So we're going to have a new arcade ready to go. Looking at April 15th as install date. We should have it ready to go by the next weekend. She's going to be really exciting. We're adding about 35 new games for everybody to come out and try. It's going to be fun.
That's awesome. And Rachel, you're familiar with the arcade.
Yeah.
Your boys happen to have a love for this arcade here.
Yes, they do, and they spend, for sure. There is the most giant claw machine I've ever seen back there, and of course the giant claw machine has giant prizes. So there's giant bouncy balls that they have brought home. It has become the star of our house, and you guys have definitely made an impact on them and on our family too. So we're seeing the fun. We're excited about what's to come.
Rachel, when you're walking in here, you get your wheels turning on how many fun events or parties you could have here. Talk about some of those ideas and you know what businesses and the community at whole can use the place for.
Sure. So you see the bowling. That's the obvious when you walk in. Josh, you're talking about some of the upgrades and things you're going to be doing. Think about how you can use bowling too. It's not just a Friday night date idea. It's an opportunity maybe for a team building event. I know you guys do a lot of like fundraiser type stuff here. You have so many connections with so many of the universities, colleges coming through and everything. Think about how you could use this space for a gathering, a party. It could be a really great opportunity and a lot of fun too.
You mentioned the school bowling, high school and college bowling, and it's really just taken off in the last 10 years really, but you know it was on the scene a little before that. We're here every week taking photos of area bowlers. We have an unbelievable bowling community. People talk a lot about our golf community. This bowling community is special in itself.
Absolutely. The bowling community, and I would tell you that a lot of the bowlers are the golf community as well, but our bowling community here is second to none. These bowlers are amazingly supportive of what we do and our vision for the future. We had the PBA out here in February, and they came out in droves. I actually had one of the guys who was on tour pull me aside and say that this was the best Pro-Am he's been to, ever. This guy is a guy with 4 major titles. He's Hall of Fame eligible, and he's a young kid. But he said it's the best Pro-Am he's been to, the largest. It was awesome for us to have that, and the support of the bowling community here in Jackson is great. And our high school bowlers, yes, our programs are, I like to brag, I think, you know, I'm like a mom or dad, but they're second to none. Grass Lakes bowling program is one of the most storied, along with the Vandercook Lakes. Northwest high school boys have been amazing for a lot of years, and the girls. We've just got some really talented bowlers, some talented bowling families, and it's historic to Jackson, it really is.
Let me ask your advice on getting into bowling. I've talked to a lot of parents and their high school age kids. They just tried it really for the first time their freshman year. You don't have to wait that long to try the sport out.
No, we can get your kids started as young as 4, 5, 6 years old. Some of them come in even younger than that. Our youth programs are growing again, and it's a really unique format that we do for our youth programs. We do have the young little ones that bowl with bumpers that still bowl in a team format, you know, trios or doubles. And then we have what we call the Youth Challenge, ran by a guy named Tracy Jar here in house, and it's basically a Saturday tournament every Saturday for these kids to come out and earn points, to special mid-season prizes, end of the year prizes, pizza parties, things like that. And then we have our YMC, which is all the high school age kids, which is a little, what we call in the bowling community, a sweeper that is every Saturday morning. No prize money, no nothing. It's all for pride. But they come out here and they throw the ball and beat up on each other, and it's an awesome time.
It sounds like a lot of fun. Rachel, Josh talked about the PBA that was in town. Huge event. Talk about having that event and what that does for Jackson.
Well, I can tell you that the hotels were filled, and we love that because we want the impression, and we do have the impression that our city is becoming bigger and bigger, better and better, and the fact that the hotels are filling up with things like that is incredible. So it's an opportunity to think about, if you're coming into town, how you can utilize a space like this and, take advantage of it. It's pretty awesome.
And it's a great place, in town too. You're thinking summer baseball, you got 5 hours in between a game. Come eat with the team, have a little off the field moment, and there's just so many things you can do. What's your favorite part about managing JAX 60?
It's the people. There's a lot that goes into running a business, and especially one this large that's open and busy as it is during the winter months where everybody has nowhere else to go. And the community's been amazing just being out here and helping us get back. We all know that 2020 wasn't the greatest for a lot of businesses. We have rebounded. The bowling community has helped us in that respect, and the community of Jackson in general. I enjoy talking to people. My wife always tells me, she's like, I don't know that you love bowling as much as you love people. And I was like, I don't know. She's like, no, I really think you like the people better now. And I do. I love hearing the stories. I love meeting new friends. I love making new memories with new people in here. And it's fun for me every time I get to do something like this to let everybody know what we're doing, so I can get those new faces in here and get to know them.
Yeah, it's very cool. What would you tell people who haven't been here in, say, 10, 20 years? They've driven by. They know you're here. They know there's been changes. What are they going to see that's different?
So bowling is different. Obviously, the aesthetics have changed, but the scoring systems and the lanes have come a long way as far as technology goes. And one thing that we get asked a lot about is bumpers. Now, we don't do bumpers for anybody over the age of 8 years old just because they are made of plastic and they can be very fragile. So if a big kid throws a ball that's too heavy, it could break the equipment. However, those bumpers go up and down. And when they're working right, you can have your entire family on one lane. You don't need a lane with bumpers and a lane with adults. Okay. Your kids can bowl with you because the bumpers will go up and down for everybody's turn. So it's really nice. And then what that allows us to do is, rather than have to put 3 adults on one lane and 2 kids on another lane, I can put all 5 on one lane for a couple of hours. And then I have another lane for another family to come in here, which gives everybody the chance to come out and play.
That's very cool. I would probably try and leave the bumper up if you weren't looking, but...
Andy, I've seen your golf swing. You can bowl.
I don't know. I haven't in a while, but I'm really looking forward to getting out.
What if I told you that here at JAX 60 we could even make you into a bowler? Not just the kids. You can start them earlier, but it doesn't mean you can't start later either. And what if I told you that could happen here?
I'd like to roll a 200 game.
Okay, so now I got to plug something else. Inside JAX 60, we also have one of the best coaches in the Midwest, if not the country, Andy Schneebelt. And if you guys can get a video shot of him way down there, he's actually giving a lesson right now. Andy coaches anywhere from the PBA Tour all the way down to the youngest of kids. He is an amazingly phenomenal coach. He has an understanding for the game, and he is second to none in the pro shop. He can get you in a ball that fits your hand and teach you how to bowl 200, maybe not 300, but definitely 200 in under a year.
That's unbelievable. Rachel, you could join me in that. We could both try and roll some 200s.
I'd say it's on.
Hey,
sure, let's do it.
A great place. Looking forward to hanging out a lot here more. And thanks for being with us today. Thank you, Josh.
You're welcome.
This is a visit with Exp Jackson at JAX 60.